so we're about to tell you about how to perform gel electrophoresis in your Biotech lab. Here it goes.
So at this point, you should have your PCR product that you've retrieved. Your product should all be labeled. And what you want to do is get a nice size of paraffin, and you want to label the paraffin according to your sample. So for example, you have sample 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you want to leave enough space between these sample labels for what you're going to add to the paraffin. So what you're going to do is take 5 microliters of 5X loading dye, and you're going to add it to each of these labels that you have. So a nice 5 microliter dot for sample 1. Then we're going to go and get another 5 for sample 2, and so on and so on and so on. So each of these sample labels should have a 5 microliter dot of loading dye. And you want to toss this you want to toss this pipette away, right on in this nice tip jar. And next what you're going to do is take 20 microliters of your PCR product and add it to the matching sample. So sample 1, and I have this dot here for sample 1. So you would change your pipette to 20 microliters, like so. And what you would then do is pipette, 20 microliters of your sample. So this is sample 1 PCR product. And what you're going to do, this is a very important part. You're going to pipette what you just took out of your sample 1 into that nice dye dot. And you want to make sure you pipette up and down until you get a nice mixture. You want the DNA, the PCR product, and the loading dye to mix thoroughly. Okay, then you want to repeat that for each of your samples. And make sure you change your tip for every PCR product that you mix with the dye.
So as we can see here, all of the samples were already prepared using 5 microliters of loading dye and 20 microliters of DNA. So now we're going to learn how to actually put it in our gel itself. So we're going to take a packet of an e-gel and an e-gel holder, 2% agarose gel, and place it into the gel. So first what you're going to do is take this comb off, and you're going to take your gel and you're going to place it onto this side known as the copper side. So you're going to take your gel and put it in exactly like this, sideways, and press on it until you can hear it click. We want to make sure that the machine actually works, so we're going to take our adapter and plug it into the plug right here. And we see that the light comes on, so this is acceptable. And now that we see that it works, we plug it right back out. So now we're going to take our 100 microliter micropipette and set it to about 25 to 27, since that's how much product we got. Make sure you get a firm grasp on the tip, and take your sample and place it into the desired well that you want to. So let's put it in well 1. Make sure you put it in deep enough, but don't put it in way too deeply. So make sure you're probably at an angle and place it in. Discard of the pipette. And do the same thing for all of the other samples that you got. And make sure to discard and get a clean tip every single time. Now that we're done, we can move our parafoam to the side. And now we can take our plug and plug the gel in. And one last thing. So after you add all of your samples, make sure that you load your ladder in the desired wells as well. So I'm going to take another micropipette tip, take some of my ladder, and inject it into the well as I did before. And that's it.
So once all your samples have been added, go ahead and you want it to run for 30 minutes. So go ahead and press the one that says 30 minutes and the light will change to a green color, which is what you're expecting to see. Once the color is green, you go ahead. Okay, so once it's green, that's what you're expecting to see. You're gonna let your sample stay in your, you're gonna let your gel run for 30 minutes. Once the 30 minutes is up, it's gonna alarm, but you can also set a timer on your phone just for your own personal use. Once you have done that, you let your gel run for 30 minutes. Once it's finished, you're gonna stop it, take it out, and you're gonna check your gel in a trans illuminator machine, which is basically it just shows you where your bands are on your gel. Once you have seen your gel and your bands may not be at the correct BP that you base pair that you want it to be, you're gonna go ahead and plug it back in. And this time you're gonna press the 15-minute, which is on your right, while your left. And that's gonna turn, it's gonna turn blue, and you're gonna let it run for 15 minutes. If you see that your gels are running down, about to maybe run off your gel, you can go ahead and stop it maybe at 7 minutes or 10 minutes and check to see where your bandwidths are. Once you have completed that, you're gonna go ahead, take a picture. Once you're viewing your gel in the trans illuminator machine, take a picture, don't take a picture of your gel. Go ahead and save it to a flash drive. This will give you great image that you can use in your SARS presentation and your CREATE presentation. If you're gonna do a paper, these are also good images that you can use. When you take a picture, the images don't come out as good. The resolution is not that good. Once completed, you go ahead and you take your gel out. You can push from the bottom up. Comes out easier that way. There you go. You take it out and you dispose of it in the hood. There's going to be a bag for you to dispose of it in. And then you go ahead and relocate your gel holder and your adapter back to the jar that it was taken from. So you have just completed your first gel electrophoresis procedure. So just as a recap, so you're gonna get your loading dye. You're gonna have 5 microliters of loading dye. You're gonna have 20 microliters of your DNA. You're gonna mix that together, but remember, you have to put them on a parafilm paper. And once you're on the parafilm paper, you're gonna be working with 25 microliters. So you're gonna pipette up and down. It's refocusing. You're gonna pipette up and down. And once it's thoroughly mixed, you're gonna then transfer your mixture into your gel. Once it's in the gel, you're gonna go ahead and add to your gel holder, plug it in, make sure it works, and then once completed, you're gonna just check your gel in your trans illuminator machine to see if your bandwidths are where you want them to be. Once completed, remember to dispose of your gel in the hood and replace your gel holder and adapter back to the jar that you took them from. Thank you for tuning in to TSI.